Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we are tackling a very iconic anime among the fans of spinning tops and intense battles, Beyblade. Beyblade, known in Japan as Explosive Shoot Beyblade, was the first anime adaptation in the wider Beyblade franchise. The name Beyblade is derived from the traditional Japanese spinning top called Beigoma, combined with the word for blade. We'll get into the history of the show a little later, but before we go any further, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. Now, without further ado, let's get it. Beyblade first aired on TV Tokyo on January 8, 2001 and ran until December 24, 2001. During its run, the show garnered a dedicated fan base, especially among younger audiences, though it also faced mixed reactions from older anime fans and critics. Unlike many original anime that come from lengthy manga or novels, Beyblade was heavily inspired by the real-life spinning top toy line by Takara and was further developed from Taiko Aoki's manga. It was produced by Madhouse under the direction of Toshifumi Kawase. Although Beyblade quickly found success in merchandising and toy sales, some critics were less enthusiastic about its storytelling and heavy product tie-ins. Still, the show's popularity led to numerous sequels, such as Beyblade B-Force and Beyblade G-Revolution, as well as the more recent Beyblade Burst iterations. Because of these new series and reboots, fans often debate which parts of the Beyblade timeline are the most essential or iconic. However, many still have a nostalgic fondness for the original series that started it all. Beyblade's initial run consisted of 51 episodes that covered the adventures of Tyson and his friends. So, let's get into the story. Tyson Granger is a bold and energetic boy who oversleeps one day and nearly misses a Beyblade match with his friend Andrew. By the time he arrives, a bully named Carlos from a group called the Blade Sharks has beaten Andrew and taken his Beyblade. Upset by this, Tyson challenges Carlos to a rematch the next day. Tyson wants a way to defeat Carlos' strong, heavy Beyblade, so he teams up with his smart friend Kenny, aka the Chief, for help. While brainstorming, Tyson has a vision of an ancient spirit called Dragoon. He uses Dragoon's energy to upgrade his own blade and defeats Carlos. But before Carlos can run off with his stolen prizes, Kai, the leader of the Blade Sharks, shows up. Kai punishes Carlos for failing and shows no sympathy, which angers Tyson, and Tyson challenges Kai directly. Not long after, Kai easily smashes Tyson's Beyblade using his powerful bit beast, Dronzer. It becomes clear that Tyson's natural skill can't match Kai's experience yet. Meanwhile, Kenny explains that the Blade Sharks are searching for an unbeatable bit beast. Tyson and his friends rebuild his blade, and Kai wrecks Carlos' Beyblade to prove his authority. Carlos' gang even kidnaps Kenny in an attempt to get data on the ultimate bit beast. When Dragoon's spirit enters Tyson's rebuilt blade, Tyson is finally strong enough to force a draw with Kai. This clash marks the beginning of their heated rivalry and the start of a strange friendship. Soon, Tyson meets Max Tate, a cheerful new kid who rescues a puppy stuck by a waterfall. Tyson challenges him to a Beyblade battle, but loses because Max's defensive style. Their new friendship is tested when they hear about a local Beyblade tournament run by Stanley A. Dickinson, the chairman of the Beyblade Battle Association, aka the BBA. Tyson, Max, Kenny, and Kai all enter, with Kai as the reigning city champion. During the opening rounds, Max wins by outsmarting his opponents, while Kai defeats Kenny with a relentless style that angers Tyson. Tyson earns his spot in the semifinals by beating Carlos and his gang once more. Right at the end, a blader named Ray Khan appears, catching everyone's attention. In the semifinals, Max faces Kai. Although Max tries a reverse launch that lets him absorb some of Kai's attacks, the extra power makes his Beyblade explode. He puts a new bit beast, Drasil, in his repaired blade, but Kai still wins. Then Tyson battles Ray, whose bit beast Trigger is so strong it breaks Tyson's blade in the first round. Kenny fixes Tyson's Beyblade, so Tyson forces Ray to show off his best moves. Impressed by Tyson's progress, Ray surrenders the third round, explaining that he only wanted people to see what he could do.
I got you, homie!
This sets up the final match, Tyson vs. Kai. The night before the final is Tyson's 13th birthday. Renewed by his friend's support, he battles Kai in 3 intense rounds. Tyson surprises Kai and takes the first round, but Kai crushes him in the second round. In the last battle, Tyson combines his own skills with Dragoon's power to beat Kai, making Tyson the new city champion. Mr. Dickinson then asked Tyson, Kai, Max, Ray, and Kenny to form a team. soon to be called the Blade Breakers, and represent their country in the World Championships. Their first stop is Hong Kong, where they plan to train for the Asian tournament. Tensions soon rise when Kai, who hates group bonding, briefly quits.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
While looking for him, Tyson's group meets Kevin, a sneaky boy with unorthodox Beyblade skills. Kevin is part of the White Tiger clan, which Ray once belonged to. The clan members Lee, Gary, Mariah, and Kevin feel betrayed by Ray's departure and challenge him. Kevin even tries to steal Drigger, causing it to slip away for a short time. Tyson battles Kevin, reclaims his important data, and helps Ray realize that the Blade Breakers care about him. The White Tiger clan is extremely strong in the tournament, leading to a critical showdown against the Blade Breakers. After Tyson ties with Lee, Ray faces Lee in a sudden death match. Ray's win heals old wounds, and the Blade Breakers become the Asian champions. Returning home, Tyson becomes a mini celebrity, although Kenny warns him not to get too full of himself. Tyson proves he hasn't changed by helping a young boy who's being bullied. Next, the Blade Breakers travel to the United States for the American tournament. Max discovers that his mother, Judy Tate, actually runs a high-tech Beyblade research lab, nothing like the small college lab he always imagined. One of her assistants, Emily, easily defeats Max in a casual practice match using only a tennis racket to launch, showing how advanced American training is.
Boring.
Mr. Dickinson then sends the Blade Breakers to train in the mountains. Tyson, Kai, Ray, and Max endure tough drills to prepare for their match against the American team, the All-Stars, Michael, Eddie, Steve, and Emily. During the finals, Max faces Michael in a stadium shaped like a baseball field, Michael's favorite sport. Even though the All-Stars rely on technology and loads of data, the Blade Breakers come out on top by trusting their skills and bit beasts. Max's victory over Michael proves that spirit and teamwork can beat scientific tools. On their way to Europe, the Blade Breakers meet Robert, sometimes called Ralph, who uses the powerful bit beast, Grifolian. He defeats Tyson's Beyblade almost instantly, showing that the Blade Breakers are still vulnerable. Around the same time, a mysterious group called the Dark Bladers, whose members are styled like a vampire, a werewolf, a zombie, and a mummy, start attacking the Blade Breakers. They want to capture their bit beast to grow even stronger. Thanks to cooperation and clever thinking, Tyson's team repeatedly fends them off, but the danger is increasing. In Paris, the Blade Breakers meet Oliver, a champion chef who teaches Tyson about balance in Beyblade.
Good job!
In Rome, they meet Enrique, a skilled and somewhat flirty Italian champion with a two-headed bit beast called Amphileon. At first, Enrique overpowers Tyson, but Tyson refines his technique to defeat Enrique in a match. Oliver and Enrique mention to two more champions, Robert, who the Blade Breakers already know, and Johnny, a proud Scottish blader. These four form the Majestics, each guarding a rare and powerful bit beast. The Blade Breakers eventually arrive at Robert's giant estate, where they wander through maze-like halls before finding Johnny and Robert playing chess. Johnny decides to test Kai's skill, beating him with his Salamulion. Realizing they need to grow stronger, the Blade Breakers challenge the Majestics in a grand match at Robert's personal coliseum. In a close contest, Tyson's group manages to win by combining their strengths. The Majestics learn about the power of teamwork and agree to stop fighting alone, especially with the Dark Bladers still on the loose. After saying goodbye, the Blade Breakers head for Russia. Once in Moscow, they face a harsh winter and an even harsher welcome from Boris, who runs a grim training abbey under the Biovolt Corporation. Young Beybladers there suffer brutal routines meant to create unbeatable fighters. Kai feels an uneasy connection, remembering his early childhood under Boris's watch. Driven by these memories, Kai sneaks into the abbey one night and finds a disturbing lab where Biovolt is creating the ultimate Beyblade. Boris shows him Black Dronzer, an evil version of Kai's original bit beast Dronzer. Kai, tempted by this dark power, takes Black Dronzer and rejoins the Neoborg, aka the Demolition Boys. His memories of using it as a child return. Kai then defeats the entire All-Stars team at once and steals their bit beast. He does the same to the White Tiger clan, and when the Blade Breakers confront him, he coldly gives Tyson his old Dronzer bit chip and walks away, leaving his friends stunned. Meanwhile, Voltaire, Kai's grandfather, and the head of Biovolt, plans to use the stolen bit beast to take over the world. Tyson's team doesn't have the strength to match Kai yet, and Kai battles them at Lake Baikal, to which Tyson, Ray, and Kenny lose. Max, however, arrives by parachute with an upgraded Dracil designed to handle Kai's attacks. While Max holds off Kai, Tyson places Kai's original Dronzer bit chip in front of him, forcing Kai to face the harm he's caused. Overcome by regret, Kai gives up Black Dronzer and returns to the Blade Breakers, who forgive him. Soon after, the team faces the Neoborg in the World Championship Finals. The members are Ian, Spencer, Brian, and Tala. Kai insists on facing Spencer to use what he knows about Biovolt, but he still loses Dronzer in the process. Ray battles Brian in a grueling contest and barely wins, then collapses from exhaustion. With the score tied, Tyson fights Tala, who uses experimental power to lock Tyson and Dragoon in a freezing realm. Tyson almost gives in until Dragoon's spirit calls out to him, reminding him of his friends. Renewing his will, Tyson shatters Tala's ice world, and in their final round, Dragoon outduels Tala's multi-bit beast Assault. The stolen bit beasts fly back to the rightful owners, and Voltaire's plan falls apart. Tala and the other members of Neoborg admit respect for Tyson's strength. Tyson, now the world champion, shows he's still hungry for more battles, and Kai, Ray, and Max also want to challenge him again, grinning as they realize the real adventure is just beginning. Together, they learn that true Beyblade strength doesn't come from fancy technology or cruel ambition, but from teamwork, respect, and never giving up on your friends. And that's the end of Season 1 of Beyblade. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. And lastly, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button and press the hell out of that bell button. See you next time. Take care and stay tuned. Peace. Honestly, Beyblade had me lit as a kid. I remember turning it on after school, watching the series, buying all the toys, playing with my friends, and just remembering how epic that theme song was. Let it rip.